Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and still I'm playing Mage Knight. And if you've seen my last videos, it was a little chaotic actually. First of all, I made a very big mistake. Actually, I played according to the rules, but it was not necessary what I did. There was this heavy attack by Volker due to this red spell. And, I fought him and I lost terribly. But there is actually a rule in the scenario which allows you to retreat from an attack. And it simply says you take 2 wounds and then, you can retreat and nothing more happens. So that would have been, of course, the thing I should have done here. Instead of that, I fought him and I took about, 10, 12 wounds, something like that. But it was a really interesting experience then, because in the next turn, I really managed to completely recover. I could get rid of all of the wounds and even kill some monsters and hire some allies. So it's interesting to see what is possible in this game. Even if you think you're completely on the bottom, you can come back. Maybe I will not do it. I probably will not win, but still it's interesting to see. And another point is, because I had this really bad disadvantage, I didn't know that I could retreat here. I decided to compensate this disadvantage by lowering the strength of the city a little bit. Normally I would attack a city of the value of 5, I think, in this scenario, and I think it's fair to say I will attack the city with the value of 4. That makes it a little easier for me, and it keeps the scenario interesting. Also, the scenario says that these tables with the different values, you can see that here. There are all these kind of values, how you can adjust the difficulty of the scenarios. These tables are suggestions, so I think it's okay to make this a little easier here. Okay. So let's prepare the next round. It's now night, and I will roll 4 dice. And yeah, that's fine. We have a black mana, 2 white and a blue one. And let's change the offers. This one, the lowest card goes away. They are moved down. And we have Blood Ritual. Take a wound, gain a red crystal to your inventory and a mana token. Interesting. And here, this one goes away. And instead we now have a fireball. Great, a good fire attack. Let's see what kind of units will come up. 1, 2, 4. Okay. So we have the peasants that might join Volker. We have the thugs, the illusionists, and more peasants. This is not so great. The illusionists might be good, but I'm not so happy with that. And then we can draw a special action for the monastery. This is Intimidate. Gives you a lot of influence. Okay. And yeah, let's see what my starting hand is. We got a hand limit of 5. Okay. And I think I'll take the Long Night as my tactics for this round. It allows me to draw 3, to shuffle 3 cards from the discard pile back in the deep deck if the deep deck is empty. So I might have a little more time. That could be a good idea in this case. And I'm not sure if I really should do that, actually. I think I will. And then let's see what the other guy has. That is From the Dusk. So he actually starts. That was a little unlucky. I thought I could also start with the 2, but he's got the number 1. Okay. So let's start here. That's a blue card. So he moves like that, and that brings him right here. So basically my idea during this turn is to try to kill maybe a few more monsters. Maybe I can do something here in this altar. That would be awesome. And maybe level up. And after this, I have to be careful. Actually, this guy revealed these 2 tiles. Then I will reveal the city somewhere up here. So it will take some time for him then to come from there to here. And the basic idea is, as I said, in this turn I will level up and maybe reveal the city. I try to get stronger simply. And then in the next turn, during the day, I try to attack the city and conquer the city. And if I'm lucky then, and I can do this, in the last night, this guy will attack and we'll have our showdown then. By the way, I didn't know if I mentioned this. I only have 3 days and 3 nights. If the last night is over and I didn't kill him and his complete army, then the game is over and I've lost. Okay, so let's see what I can do now. Okay, I know it's a tough decision, but I have to take some risks now, I think. So I will attack this altar and I'll see what happens. I need a movement of 2 to enter there, so I'll use the stamina and I can now simply move here, and then I draw a dungeon monster, this brown one, and a violet one. Let's see, it's this one. That's not so terribly bad, I think. And that one. This is not good. But okay, maybe I have to take some wounds. We will see about that. So, one thing we've learned during the last turn is that we can heal very good. So, we don't have to be too much afraid of getting a few wounds, I think. Okay, these are monks, these guys. And then we have the Hydra here. Okay. And the Hydra has, I think, let me see, ice resistance. So it makes no sense to use the ice attack here from the northern monks. But we'll see about that. Okay, I think I know how to do this. I don't do a ranged attack. So then I have to block these guys, and I will block the monks because I don't like this this poison ability. So I will use the pure magic here. And the weak effect says when you play this, pay a mana. If you paid green, move 4 and so on. If you paid blue, block 4. And I take one of my mana crystals and I use that to block. And then I will play this magical spell sideways. So that gives me a block 5. And now this attack is blocked. Then we have the Hydra, and this creature has now 3 attacks, and we have to block them all separately, or we have to take the damage from each of them. So what I will do is I will use the peasants with their block ability of 2. I will activate them, so the first attack is blocked. Then I will take a wound. I cannot block the other attacks. The peasants take a wound. They could take 3 damage per wound. So the second attack is also blocked. And then I take another wound myself. And now the third attack is also done. So now I have to kill both of these creatures, and well, first of all I will do this spell, the Tornado. Play this only in the attack phase of combat. Destroy target enemy. This is just an awesome spell, and I use the white crystal and I use the black mana die. And then the Hydra is simply destroyed. There is now, the monks are left now, and I will now I will actually heal, and that gives me a blue crystal, and the wound goes away. And then I can simply that's okay. I can use this ranged attack 1, and in addition I can activate the monks with the blue crystal, and I have an ice attack of 4. So this is enough to kill these monks. Okay. So that was a tough fight. It did cost me a lot of crystals, and I had to activate all my units. I'm not sure if it was the best thing to do because I had not too much fighting cards. On the other hand, as I said, I have to go on here. I have to push on if I want to level up. And this gives me a lot of experience points now, a lot of fame. So I gain now 4 and 5, so I gain 9 fame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And that gives me now an additional command token. So now I'm allowed to hire a 3rd unit, and I have now a hand limit of 6. Then I gain a spell and 4 crystals as a reward. 2, 3, 4. That's quite a lot. Yeah. And I can choose a spell. Okay, actually there are some amazing cards. Possess would be great. One enemy does not attack. In the attack phase, gain attack equal to its attack, including elements, but ignore special abilities. You can target only enemies with that attack. This is great. The problem is, I already have 2 spells, white with white and black. So I'm not sure if it makes sense. I don't know if there is enough. If there are enough white mana, that might become a problem. So maybe it's a better idea to take the fireball. It gives me a simple ranged fire attack during daytime. Maybe that's a better idea. So I think I take the fireball. This is not so hard to use. And then I roll, and that is a green mana. And yeah, I think that's basically it for now. So yeah, tokens go away. And I think I have to mark this altar. Okay, and now I'm allowed to draw 6 new cards. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Fine. And it's now him. And he has another blue card which would allow him to move somewhere here. I have to check how that works now. Okay, so this is the shape that the map can take. So I just have to check that I don't cross these borders here. But as far as I see it, I'm not sure actually. 1, 2, what? I think it's possible, not quite sure, but I think it's possible to place 1 tile here actually. It's a little confusing. So yeah, I think it's possible. I think this tile here, the rightmost tile here in the corner, I think that would be this tile. And then we could place theoretically 2 more tiles here. Really? I'm not sure. Maybe it's even possible to place a 4th tile here. I guess it is. Anyway, so now this guy moves here. And I think it's okay to do that. And now we have to draw a marauding orc for this tile here. Okay. Fine. And there is no blue die in the offer, so in the source, so we cannot roll a die. By the way, I didn't forget that in the last turn I re-rolled the blue die in the last turn off camera. Okay, and then it's me. Okay, what I do is I will use Tranquility, and I will draw 2 cards. I will activate this strong effect with the green mana, and I draw 2 cards. Let's hope these are good ones. That's a bad one. Oh man, this is bad. We only had all these influence cards now, and they are absolutely not good. It would be great to do some fighting now, but that is not what I wanted. Okay. I wanted to go here and attack that mage tower, but it doesn't look that good. It doesn't look like I can do it. Okay, I think I'm going to do this the hard way. I'm going to try it anyway. I mean, who cares? I'm good in healing, we know that. So what I do now is I enter there with 2 movement points and I attack this tower. So my reputation goes down, which is not really good. And then we cannot block. So we take the wounds. And the problem is these guys are brutal. So that means we take 2 attacks and they do the double amount of damage. So these are now basically 12 wounds. So I have to take 4 wound cards because I have these. I have an armor of 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm not sure this works actually. Well, actually this idea doesn't work because I would take too many wounds, and if the wounds and my hand cards would exceed my hand limit, then I have to throw away all non-wound cards. And this is definitely not what I want to do. So I have to go back here. This is something that I don't want to do. I have to find another solution, something else I can do. Okay, this is not a good situation because I have all these influence cards and healing cards in my hand. That was very good at the last turn, but right now it's not what I need. So I think what I'm going to do is I will simply move here, somewhere on the corner, and wait for him to reveal the last but one card. And then in the next turn I will reveal the city here and see what happens. So I now use this movement card and I throw away the threaten card. I play that sideways. So that allows me now to move here on the hills. I need to pay 3 during night for that. And yeah, I think I'm fine then. It's not perfect because I have all these cards left in my hand, which is a bad thing. Most of them are not very useful, but yeah, I don't see another option right now. Okay, and then I roll the die, and that is another white mana token. That's also not so good. We only have white and green ones, but okay. And now let's see what he draws. Well, he's got a wound. Oh, I forgot to draw another card for my hand, and that is good. That is improvisation. Maybe in the next turn I can attack now this this mage tower. Let's see. Anyway, he had a wound now, and that allows him to roll the die. Let's hope it's not red. No, it isn't. So there's nothing that happens in Volkair's turn. So let me figure out if I can attack this Mage Tower now. With this improvisation card, it might be possible now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I will attack the Mage Tower. I know it's a little risky, but as I said, I have to try something now. So I attack the Mage Tower, and again, I cannot block this. It's sad that I don't have that there is no black mana in the source, because that would allow me to use the Firestorm, a siege fire attack of 8. That simply would have been enough to kill these guys. But okay, it's not there. We can't change it. I use the Refreshing Walk to enter the Mage Tower, and that allows me to heal. So now I heal my peasants. And then I come to the blocking phase, and I have to block 2 attacks. And I will use the improvisation. That gives me a block value of 3. I have to discard a card to do that. And because these are 2 different attacks, I cannot play, for example, the stronger thing here and block it with 5, because I need, well, 2 different blocks to do that. So I block the first attack with 3. And the problem now is I cannot block the second attack. And because these guys are brutal, because of the skull here, they do now 6 damage. And actually, I will give again 3 damage to the peasants, and I'll take 1 wound to myself. Okay, and now I can attack. And I'll do the fireball. And this is now a ranged fire attack. I have to throw away this red crystal to do that. That's a little painful. It's bad that there is no red mana token here in the source. And then I will also throw away these 2 cards, or I play them sideways. And that gives me then an attack value of 7. And that kills these, I think, magic familiars. Okay. And then I use this skill, heal. Gives me 1 white crystal. And I can throw away my wound. In addition, I gain 5 fame for killing these guys. And as a reward that I conquered this Mage Tower, I'll gain another spell. Actually, I forgot to refresh the spell offer. Here we go. Okay, I think as a reward for conquering this Mage Tower, I take this spell here, Burning Shield, Fire Block 4. This card is used as part of a successful block. You may use it during your attack phase as Fire Attack 4. And we have an Exploding Shield, Fire Block 4. This card is used as part of a successful block. Destroy the blocked enemy. So this is really a great card. And then we gain 5 experience points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, I level up, and that allows me now to draw one of these cards here. Let me see what I will do here. Okay, I think I will take the Blood Ritual. I think that's pretty great. It says take a wound, gain a red crystal to your inventory and a mana token of any color, including non-basic. This is amazing. And the strong one would be take a wound, gain 3 mana token of any colors, including non-basic. You may pay 1 mana of a basic color to gain a crystal of that color to inventory. Cool. That is really a great card. So I'll take that one. And then we have to refresh the offers. Cure, this is good for healing actually. And here we have a Crystal Mastery. Gain a crystal to inventory of the same color as crystal you already own. At the end of the turn, any crystals you have spent this turn are returned to your inventory. This is great. That's cool. Okay, and then we can choose a new skill token. So we draw 2, can choose between one of them. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this is Taunt. Once a turn during the block phase, either reduce 1 attack of an enemy by 1 or increase 1 attack of an enemy by 2. And reduce armor of the same enemy by 2 to a minimum of 1. Pooh. The amount reduction does not happen if that enemy is prevented from attacking. Well, this is not so simple. I see, now I get it, I think. Okay. Well, I don't know. And what about that one? This is... let me see. Yeah, it's this one. On our own. Once a turn, influence 1, influence 3 instead, if you do not recruit any unit for influence this turn. Nah. This is not so great, but what I could have done too is I could not... I don't know, I mean, I could have taken, there is actually, isn't there another, yeah, there is this command, there is this special ability here from the other guy, and I could take that instead of one of mine, but if I do so, I have to take the Blood Rage instead of this wonderful Blood Ritual. Well, that's sad, but let's see. I mean, this is really also a very good card. Bonds of Loyalty. When you gain this skill, add 2 regular units to the units offer. Put this skill in your unit area as a command token. It costs 5 less influence to recruit a unit under this command token. This unit can be used even when the use of units would normally not be allowed. You cannot disband this unit. So actually, that's great. I'm really thinking about doing this. That's a very strong power. On the other hand, of course, it's this wonderful card is also great. That's a tough decision. Okay, well actually, I decided to take this one, the Bonds of Loyalty. So they go away now. And this card here is now placed back in the offer, and I take the Blood Rage. Because if you take a skill from these guys, then you have to take the lowest advanced action card from the offer. So this is the Blood Rage, which is also a cool card, no doubt. Attack 2, you can take a wound to increase this to attack 5. Or attack 4, you can take a wound to increase this to attack 9. I mean, especially the second effect is really powerful. Okay, and then we can add 2, we can add 2 units to the offer, because we now took that skill. So let's see what we got here. Oh, they're both not that great. We have the Utem Guardsman and the Utem Swordsman. I hope for some good monks or so, but well, okay, whatever. And so yeah, we're done here now. And then we draw 6 new cards. Yeah, okay. And let's see what this guy does. Well, he takes another wound. So he rolls again, and it's a golden symbol. So now I could actually now try to challenge him. I could also hire the illusionists. Maybe that's a better idea. Let's see if I find some. Now I got no. Yeah, now I got no. Influence tokens here. Okay, it might be a little weird, but what I simply do now is I would move here. I don't see a reason to attack this guy. It's I could do it, but I have these great attack cards, and maybe I should keep them. If I reveal the last tile, there might be a dragon or a city, and I might need all these fight cards to attack the city and not this guy here. So I think it's a better idea to simply prepare for revealing the last tile, and I will move on the hills here. So I use the move 2, and I simply play that card, and I move here. And that's it. And I'm still waiting that this guy reveals the other tile. So now I can simply redraw 2 cards. And then it's him. And, well, let's see what he does. Oh man, he's got another wound. Not now, all these wounds now. That's not what I want. Well, why didn't I? Oh yeah, of course. He didn't hire any unit. My problem is now really... there's not a lot I can do. I have to wait here. Maybe I can go to the mine. I'm not sure if this is an idea. I might do that. Okay, I made another decision. I know this is all a little weird, but now I think what I do is I simply move back, use tirelessness, move back 2 spaces here, and then I will challenge this orc. This is a, I don't know, a summoner orc or something like that. Let's see what that is. Yeah, it's this guy, Orc Summoners. Okay. And actually I take an attack now from one of these creatures. That's a special thing. Okay, and now we simply draw one of these tokens. Let's see what that is. It's not so easy. It looks pretty ugly, actually. Let's see what kind of token that is, or what kind of enemy this is. A crypt worm. Great. So we have to block this guy. Well, that shouldn't be too harsh, I think. Okay, so now sadly I have to use the blue crystal to block that card. I get a block 5 here. And well, let me check that. Okay, I've got another idea. I use the mana draw, and I will trigger the strong effect with one of these dice, a white die. Take a mana die from the source and set it into any color except gold. Gain 2 mana tokens of that color. Do not reroll this die when you return it to the source. So now I'll take a red. I turn it to red and I gain 2 red mana tokens. And that allows me now to use the burning shield, and that gives me a fire block of 4. And then in addition, I can use the rage. So now it's a block of 6, and the enemy is successfully blocked. And that allows me now, if it's a successful block, you may use it during your attack phase as fire attack 4. So now this guy is automatically killed because an attack of 4 is definitely enough here. There is actually this mana token left now, but okay, it goes back into the box. Okay, great. Now I reroll only one of these dice. That's a black one this time. And this guy is killed. My reputation goes up. This is a good thing because now I'm at 0 again. And I gain 4 additional fame. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fine. I'm allowed to draw 2 more cards. And now it's him. And he's got another wound. So I think it was definitely a good decision to do something here, not just to wait until he reveals the last tile. And that's red, so he won't hire any units. And now it's me. Is there anything I can do now? Okay, this is not so interesting. We got all these fight cards now, but we cannot use them at all. And it's a little sad. I think what I simply do is I move back here and pay 3. I simply play 3 cards sideways to move back. And now it's him again. It's the end of the turn and then it's him. And he's got another wound. Unbelievable. I wish he had these wounds later. But he could not hire something. Okay, and then it's the end of the round. I announce the end of the round. And yeah. I think that's it for now. So it's hard to say actually. I think the situation is not so bad. I think I'm pretty powerful now, not too good of course, but it's not that bad. And if he reveals this this last but one tile, I can reveal my city tile up here. And it might be possible to conquer that city. I think that should not be such a big deal. And hey, if I'm lucky, I might even win this. There's still 2 rounds left. I've got a whole day left. So I hope to see you. I know this was a little bit confusing because I went back and there and I just waited till he did something, but he didn't. Anyway, I hope it was okay to watch and hope to see you in my next videos. Until then, bye.